And the field away. J.P. Taché gets a fine start. Oh, gets his feet knocked off the pegs as two riders pass on the outside. Peter Wilson, number 1, your race leader. Mike Marcelli, number 94, running in second spot with Taché third. Into the left-hander at Denny's corner. They disappear behind the trees, and it's number 1, Peter Wilson. International Motorcycle Super Show, Pro and Amateur Club Cup. Riders to the pre-grid, please. Your race is next. Club Cup riders to the pre-grid, please. As our field makes its way through the right-hander at corner number 10 down the back straightaway. Peter Wilson, your leader. J.P. Taché in second spot. Mike Marcelli in third. And Sandy Noce in fourth. Mike Smith runs in fifth. Jordan Zoke is sixth. Now here comes Rod Hall to claim seventh away from Steve Tubick as they make their way into 11. Into the chicane, Peter Wilson, rider number 1. J.P. Taché in second, Marcelli still third, and Noce right up on Marcelli's back wheel. Wilson, Taché, Marcelli, and Noce. Then it's Jordan Zoke, Mike Smith, Rod Hall, Steve Tubick. Jack Pittons, Yvon Jodoin, and Eddie Brunet completing the field. Leaders now behind the trees. Still Peter Wilson, rider number 1 in the lead. J.P. Taché now being hounded by a new third-place rider, Sandy Noce. Noce, having moved around Mike Marcelli, has gotten himself into third spot, and he's hectoring J.P. Taché as they make their way out of the hairpin down the back straightaway. Taché has motor on Noce. He pulls out the advantage to an extra couple of bike lengths prior to hitting the brake markers, and look at Noce make it up on the brakes. Looked like smoke from the front wheel from here through the binoculars as he really left his braking late, but it didn't really avail him of very much and may have cost him in terms of accelerated front tire wear here. Into the left-hander at Allen's corner, number 1, Peter Wilson, your leader. 88, J.P. Taché runs second. Sandy Noce, 75, is third. 94, Mike Marcelli is in fourth rather. Fifth is Zoke, sixth is Rod Hall, seventh is Jack Pittons, 8th Mike Smith, 9th Steve Tubick, 10th Yvon Jodoin, and 11th Eddie Brunet. Picking up the leaders now as they disappear behind the trees. Still Peter Wilson adding to his advantage with the lead. The machine now being tuned by Keith Linton following the departure of Sean Humphrey from his longtime position as crew chief on Peter Wilson's race effort. The trials and travails of the team over the course of the season being documented in Cycle Canada magazine. And as they come out of the hairpin, it's J.P. Taché as now Mike Marcelli starts to catch it up on Sandy Noce in the battle for third and fourth. Wilson, your leader. Taché is second, Noce is third, Marcelli is fourth, and in fifth place it's Jordan Zoke, and Zoke is starting to assert himself now as the battle for a podium position starts to heat up just a little bit. Pro and Amateur Club Cup riders to the pre-grid, please. Your race is next. Marcelli carries speed on the brakes into Allen's corner, trying to find a way around Noce, but Noce holds his position. Peter Wilson lofting the front wheel on the number 1 Suzuki down the front straightaway. Taché in second, Noce third, Marcelli fourth, Zoke in fifth. Sixth is Hall, seventh is Pittons, 8th is Tubick, 9th is Jodoin, 10th is Mike Smith, and 11th is Eddie Brunet. And the pack of riders contesting second, third, fourth, and fifth continues to tighten up as Peter Wilson leads that group. Wilson now already out from behind the trees, making his way into the left-hander at corner 9. And now Noce is right on the back wheel of J.P. Taché with Mike Marcelli right behind him as they make their way into the hairpin. Oh, and a big moment. Taché gets booted out of the seat as he gets on the throttle, but it doesn't cost him. Here comes Marcelli on the throttle as he rides up alongside Sandy Noce. Let's see what happens on the brakes. Noce takes it right back. Closes it up on Taché, riding in third spot. Wilson through the chicane on the brakes into the left-hander at Allen's corner. 88, J.P. Taché running second. Sandy Noce, 75, is third. Now here comes Mike Marcelli diving to the inside on the brakes, and Jordan Zoke also closing up in the entrance to Allen's corner, but the positions remain the same as Noce's right on Taché's back wheel entering corner 14. Wilson, your leader. Taché in second, Noce third, Marcelli fourth, Zoke in fifth. Sixth is Hall, seventh is Tubick, eighth is Jack Pittons, ninth is Yvon Jodoin, 10th 73 Mike Smith, and in 11th place, number 321 Eddie Brunet. And now up, trying to ride around the outside in corner 2, Sandy Noce is denied in an attempt to take the second place spot away from rider number 88 JP Taché. But as they emerge from the trees, it is indeed Noce now in second place. Wilson, your leader now through the hairpin and down the back straightaway. It's Sandy Noce 75 in second, JP Taché number 88 in third, and Mike Marcelli 94 in fourth, with Jordan Zoke number 11 in fifth. Down the back straightaway, Noce giving up a little bit of ground until they get to the brake marker. And Noce's really improved his braking technique over the course of the last season and a half, and he can carry all the speed he wants through 11, and he does so, leading that train of 4 bikes contesting second, third, fourth, and fifth positions. Steve Tubick now, meanwhile, catching up for the battle for sixth with Rod Hall. Here's your race leader at half distance, Peter Wilson. Oh, and a big moment, and Noce high sides. Almost saved it. Taché, Zoke, and Marcelli managed to avoid Sandy Noce, whose motorcycle comes to the rest in the middle of the racetrack. The field almost past the position now. Mike Smith on the inside, Eddie Brunet on the outside. And the field continues. They'll deal with Sandy Noce, who's come to rest at the outside. 75 Noce, they move his motorcycle away, but Noce dipped the front tire and it pitched him over the top as he high sides in corner 14. Peter Wilson, meanwhile, your race leader, continues down the back straightaway in the lead. Second place, JP Taché. Third place now, Jordan Zoke, as Mike Marcelli was forced to take an unnatural line to avoid the prone Sandy Noce and his machine. Here comes your race leader as the CRCA ambulance is on the track. Number 1, Peter Wilson, your race leader. Taché leading Zoke in third and Marcelli in fourth. Taché 88 in second place, Zoke is third, Marcelli is fourth, fifth is Rod Hall, sixth is Steve Tubick, seventh is Jack Pennies, eighth is Yvon Jodoin, in ninth place Mike Smith, and in 10th Eddie Brunet. The waved yellow flag signaling caution to the riders as they come through corner 14. And now we have the signal for the ambulance call. And now the call for a red flag as the ambulance has come to rest. Peter Wilson is the first rider to see the red flag in Allen's corner, and he'll come to a stop. Taché, Zoke, and Mike Marcelli next to see the red flag. And as the ambulance is on the track attending to Sandy Noce, the riders will come to a stop. And this most recent incident, another red flag involving Sandy Noce now. The road ambulance on the racetrack, so the machine's obliged to stay where they are. Peter Wilson hops over the fence. He'll grab a drink of water and confer with Keith Linton. And we certainly hope that Noce is not badly hurt. First, Stephen Comas earlier on today, and now Sandy Noce, both requiring the assistance of the road ambulance and the other riders in the Pro 6 cycle pit. Rick Butterfield is standing by along with the other members of the entourage, Steve Ball and the others. And we'll bring you word of Sandy's condition as soon as we know what it is. He high-sided the bike coming out of 14. A lot of riders been finding that the extremely clean surface here today, the tire will slide and then give up the slide, grab, and it's up and over the bars. And we've seen an unusually large number of high side incidents in corner 14 over the course of this weekend. John Hunter earlier on, not seriously hurt, thank goodness, as a result of his high side. And we'll let you know what's happening with rider number 75, Sandy Noce. Noce was riding in second place at the time of his incident, leading J.P. Taché and chasing Peter Wilson, who led the field as they came across start-finish. Dunlop tires on Jordan Zoke's motorcycle, and no sponsor for tires attributed on Mike Marcelli's bike. And they get the flag, and the field is away, and right off the bat, Mike Marcelli with a fine start pulls up to the inside and takes third place from Jordan Zoke behind J.P. Taché 88 and race leader Peter Wilson number 1. This is lap 7. Field strings out behind race leader Peter Wilson. J.P. Taché hanging tough with Peter Wilson as they emerge from behind the trees. Marcelli 94 riding in third place. Jordan Zoke number 11 now dives to the inside, shows a wheel to Marcelli in the entrance to the hairpin, but Marcelli holds a tight line and third spot as they emerge. Peter Wilson number 1, J.P. Taché 88, Mike Marcelli 94, Jordan Zoke number 11, and now here comes Steve Tubic putting a move on Yvon Jodoin on the brakes and bulling his way past, carrying good speed as Zoke manages to make his way around Marcelli in the battle for third spot. So your leader, number 1 Wilson, second place Taché, third is Zoke, fourth Marcelli, fifth is Tubic, sixth is Jodoin, seventh is Hall, eighth is Pittons. Mike Smith in ninth, Eddie Brunet in 10th. As they, oh, and now Steve Tubic slices to the inside of Mike Marcelli in 14 and takes away fourth position. Steve Tubic, the rookie pro, puts a daring move on Mike Marcelli and picks up a spot as the field continues to pursue race leader Peter Wilson. That's 7 laps complete. We're working lap 8 here. Out from behind the trees, and Wilson has managed to shake J.P. Taché. Jordan Zoke, number 11, still rides in third ahead of Steve Tubic, number 27, in fourth. And a diving pass there at the hairpin gives Yvon Jodoin a position, setting Mike Marcelli further off the pace. And here comes Rod Hall. It's a drag race down the back straightaway, and Hall passes 2 bikes, move up into 5th spot, and that'll look good on the tape provided by the Hitachi minicam mounted in the fairing of Hall's Suzuki GSXR 750. Here comes Peter Wilson, number 1, 88 Taché is second, 11 Zoke is third, 27 Tubic in fourth, 5th is Hall, 6th Marcelli, 7th Jodoin, 8th is Pittons, 9th is Mike Smith, and 10th is Eddie Brunet. Cross start finish now. Completing lap 8, working 9 of 10. Pro and Amateur Club Cup riders to the pre-grid, please. Your race is next. And now Steve Tubic is worrying away at the back wheel of Jordan Zoke as they disappear behind the trees. Peter Wilson, number 1, still your race leader, the defending race Pro Open Supersport and Pro Formula Race champion, now into the right-hander at the hairpin and down the back straightaway. Down the back straight, Wilson your leader, Taché running second, Zoke still third, Steve Tubic riding in fourth, number 27. In 5th place, 77 Rod Hall, 6th is Mike Marcelli, number 94. Then it's Yvon Jodoin, number 12. Jack Pittons, 42. Mike Smith, 73, and Eddie Brunet, 321. Your top 10 order. And watch Tubic carrying speed through the chicane. Here he comes. Let's see if he tries to show a wheel to Jordan in the left-hander at Allen's. Not enough momentum. Here's your leader, number 1. The last lap flag for Peter Wilson. Coming through in second spot, 88 Taché ahead of Zoke and Tubic. Then Hall in 5th, Marcelli in 6th, Jodoin 7th, Pittons 8th, Smith in 9th, and Eddie Brunet, number 321, in 10th. And look at Tubic on the back wheel, camped out right behind Jordan Zoke's Honda as they disappear behind the trees. Peter Wilson, your race leader, into the left-hander now at corner 9 and setting up for the hairpin on this final tour of the track, a race that was interrupted by a crash involving Sandy Noce. Noce lucky that he was being followed by riders who were able to keep their head and avoid hitting him as he crashed at the front of a pack while contesting for podium space. Down the back straightaway, here comes Tubic on the charge right behind Jordan Zook. On the brakes, Tubic puts his bike to the inside and takes third place from Jordan Zook now. Here comes number 1, Peter Wilson. 88, JP Taché in second. Steve Tubic, probably the fastest guy on the track. And here comes Jordan Zook up to the inside, looking for a way around in Allen's corner. Tubic holds his line and the position. Now Zook rides up to the outside of Tubic, dives tight. Wilson gets the checkered flag. Here comes the battle for third, and too close to call, folks. And Tubic manages to hold third place at the line away from Jordan Zook. No, Bob.